one. I'm gonna start.
Okay.
I'm gonna do legs out today. Ugh, all right.
All right.
Ugh, another Monday. So let's close our eyes to start. Sit up tall, get relaxed. Let's take 3 easy breaths together. So let's breathe into the nose. You sit up a little bit taller here. Let your chest expand as you fill your lungs. And then long breath out as you sink down into your mat. And you see how your breath feels against your lips as you breathe out. All right, number two, let's breathe into the nose. And then long breath out once again. All right, last deep breath in. And then last deep breath out. Let's resume a normal breathing pattern. So I want you to notice where the breath feels strongest. Okay, it could be where the air hits your nostrils as you breathe in through your nose. It could be where the air touches the space in between your nose and your lips, or right at your lips. And let's just sit here and breathe and focus on just the breath as we continue to relax. I'm going to take a moment to notice where we are, to come back to your breath. If you were thinking about something other than your breath, that's okay. Just notice that and come back to your breath. And for the next few moments, every time you realize that you're thinking about something, you can say thinking, thinking, and then just come back to your breath. In this last minute or so, I want you to just let go of everything. Just sit here, just do nothing at all. All right, let's take one last deep breath. Hold it at the top. When you hear the singing bowl, let's breathe out. All right. You can open up your eyes if you ready. And let's start with a spine twist to the right. Oh. Yeah. So press your left hand to your right knee. Okay, look back behind you. See how far to the right you can look. All right, let's take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, unwind all the way back to center. And then over to your left side, pressing your left hand into the floor behind you. Okay. It also helps lengthen your spine, sit up nice and tall. All right. And then same thing, take a deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, gently come back to center. Ooh. All right, let's look up and reach both arms gently up towards the ceiling. Okay, wiggle your fingers a little bit and then plant your left palm on your mat. As your right arm goes over your body towards the upper left-hand corner of the room. Okay, keep that right sit bone planted. Give you a nice active stretch with the right arm. Feel the stretch go all the way down the right side of your body. Whoa. And then let's lift the left hand up to the ceiling and drop the right palm down to the mat as your left arm reaches overhead and towards the right hand corner of the room. Ooh. All right, let's bring that right hand back up to the top. And then bring your hands gently to heart center. Want to do a neck stretch. So have a seat on your right fingertips. Doesn't need to be super hard. Gentle. It forces our right shoulder to drop down a little bit. But reach your head or reach your hand over your head and pull your head to the left side. Feel the stretch on the right side of your neck. Okay. And then at your own pace, rotate your head back and forth. If you find any particular tight spot, if you have one. Otherwise, just go back and forth, enjoying the stretch. All right, let's release our left hand, and then we're going to sit on our left fingertips. Repeat for the right side. Ooh. Okay, same thing. We're oscillating back and forth at our own pace. No wrong answer or no wrong position. All right, let's release the head and hop off our left fingertips. Let's do another spine twist. I'm going to extend out my left leg, plant my right foot on the outside part of my left leg. I'm going to wrap my left arm around my right leg, my right knee. Okay. Hopefully you feel that both in your spine and your right glute. And then your right fingertip to your right palms on the floor, giving yourself an extra little twist. And then we're going to unwind, swap legs. So the right leg is out in front. Left foot's planted on the outside. We're twisting gently. Oof. Okay, hugging the right arm around our left knee. Ooh, my glutes definitely need this. All right, and then let's undo that. Let's do our cobbler pose for the inner thighs before we stand up. So bring your feet together in front of you. And pull your feet in as close as you can towards your soft tissue. Let the knees drop down. Maybe hug your toes with your hands and lean forward. Okay, keep the back straight to start. And every time you breathe out, relax your knees down closer to your mat. Ooh. Let's do 2 more deep breaths in this position. So breathe in through the nose. Breathe out, relax further. Let the inner thighs feel that stretch. And 1 more deep breath in. And as you exhale, round out your back and reach your fingertips on the floor in front of you. Really let the stretch take over. Ooh. All right, we're going to sit back up and bring our knees together. We're going to stand up next. I'm going to take out my socks real quick. We're going to stand up and do our hamstring stretch. Okay, wide leg. You know what's coming. We always start with it. Okay, legs are straight, toes facing forward. Reach the arms up. Really reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. And then exhale as you swan dive forward. Okay. Give yourself a gentle push towards the back of the room. Okay. And with your fingertips or hands on the ground, every time you breathe out, push your torso towards the back. Feel all those hamstrings engage. Breathe and push. All right. Let's plant that right palm on the floor. Okay, legs are still straight. Reach the left fingertips up to the ceiling. Open up your chest on the left side and press into the ground with the right palm and the right arm. Give me a nice vertical line with your arm as you breathe. And let's bring the left arm gently back down to the ground. Swap palms. So that left palm is planted. Right fingertips are reaching up now. Okay, we're both reaching and pushing. Opposite arms. And then on your next out breath, drop that right hand back down to the ground. Relax your upper body. And we're going to go into a lunge from this position. So gently rotate 90 degrees to the left. Okay, in a low lunge, your right leg is straight and fingertips supporting, left leg supporting. And then drop that right knee down, untuck the right foot. Okay, bring the arms and torso up and rotate your hip forward. Okay, so for the hip flexor. Ooh. Oof. Ooh. Hopefully your right hip feels that. All right. And let's bring the arms and torso back down. Lift the right knee off the mat. You bring yourself back to the center, straighten both legs for just a moment, and then rotate over to your right until you're in a lunge on your right. We're here for a few moments, and then drop that left knee down as you bring your arms up. Okay, rotating that hip forward once again. The stretch is on the left side. Ooh. And we'll see that stretch go all the way down to my quad. Feels great. I'm going to stay here for under 3, 2, 1. Arms come back down. Lift the left knee. And then we're going to rotate back to center very slowly. Okay. Legs are straight. Fold your arms, rest your forehead on your forearms. We're just going to stay here for a few rocks back and forth. Ooh. And then a slow 10 count, we're going to straighten up the top half of our body. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Legs are strong. 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. 10. You can bring your legs together. We're going to do a shoulder stretch. Bring your left arm across the top, your chest. I'm going to need lots stretching this week. Oof. And let's switch arms. Right arm across the top. Maybe get your chin out of the way as you pull on your right arm. And we're going to get our left arm behind the head for a left tricep stretch. Feel free to lean towards your right if you want to add a little bonus side stretch on the left. Don't worry, we'll do a standing side stretch as well. Okay, release that left elbow, pull on that right elbow. Let's release that right elbow. Ooh, let's do a chest stretch before we do a side stretch. Okay, you can put your legs apart if they were together like mine, but palms up to start. Okay, thumbs back. And try to reach for the wall behind you. Go as far as you can. And every time you breathe out, reach a little bit further. Oof. And relax your arms. We're going to do another side stretch. You can widen your stance a little bit if you want, but arms up to start. And then pretend like you're trying to scrape the back wall with your elbows and your fingers. You should feel that in your chest, kind of your shoulder blades too. All the way down. Let's do it 3 times. It's 1. Arms reach up. Scrape the back of the walls or the back walls with your fingertips and your elbows. Ooh. Okay, one more time. Arms up and arms slowly down. Okay, definitely release something in my shoulder blades. All right, let's do a standing side stretch. So legs together, stand up nice and tall. Gently reach the arms back up and look through your hands at the ceiling. Let's start the right. So drop that right arm down, kick out the left hip. Oof. Okay, turn the chin and look up if you haven't already. And then reach with those left fingertips. And then bring the right hand back up and drop the left arm down. Kick out the right hip. And we're feeling the stretch go all the way down the right side. Oof. Oh my goodness. All right, bring that left arm back up. And then hands come to center. And let's keep the hands and torso where they are as we find a medium stance. Toes out about 45 degrees and keeping the head and chest up as we lower ourselves down, controlled, gentle. All right, see how low you can bring yourself to your mat. And if you want, use your elbows and press your knees to the back of the room. Feel free to rock side to side if that's something that feels good. Ooh. And then put the hands on your legs to support yourself and come out of. Oh. Oh, let's do another neck stretch. Ugh. Let's do the chicken wing on the right. So we're grabbing the left wrist behind your back, dropping the head over to the chicken wing side. Okay. You feel the stretch to the base on the left of your neck on your left. And then rotate your head forward as you look down at the ground. And let's tilt the head back as we look up. And then bring your head back to that center position, trying to touch your right ear to your right shoulder. Oof. All right. And then head back up and switch wrists. Okay, so we're grabbing that right wrist, dropping the head over to the left. And then let's look up to start on this side. Okay, noticing where how the stretch moves towards the front. And let's rotate the head and look down. Back to the neutral position. And then back up top, you can release your wrist. All right, we're gonna do hamstrings, so split leg hamstring stretch. I'm gonna start with my left leg out in front. My heels are in line, left toes face forward, and then arms come up, and then exhale over the straight left leg. Okay. Got goosebumps, it's so cold, but that's okay. I'm going to continue to reach my right hip towards my left ankle. Ooh. Oh my goodness, my left hamstring. All right, let's bend the left knee and bring your torso up and switch legs or rotate 180 degrees, whatever feels good to you. But right leg is straight, arms are up top. And then we're going to swan dive down over the straight right leg. Okay, fingertips can either be on the floor, or maybe palm, or holding your right leg somewhere, whether that's your shin or your ankle. All right, let's bend the right knee and gently come up. Oh, let's do tree early on. Let's just see how we're feeling with balance. So let's get 98% of our weight on our left leg. Let's bring the right foot into position and resting on your left leg somewhere, adding your arms as you need to, whether that's at your sides, at the top, at the center. Find what works best for you. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring that right leg out. Ooh, shake out your left ankle. Let's get most of our weight on our right leg and our right foot. Okay, bringing the left foot into position. Adding the arms once again. Okay, hopefully your spine is nice and tall here as you reach up, if that's where your hands are. Hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. All right, let's do another hip stretch, because I definitely need it. So come down in your right knee, extend out your left leg out to the left. Your left leg is straight. Okay. Let's reach the arms up. And then rotate your hip forward as you drop your left arm down to your left leg and reach over. Okay, this is a side stretch and a hip stretch. You should feel that from your all the way down your right side of your hip. I don't know how you could possibly not feel anything here. As you hear the rest of your house scream at each other for not waking up early enough. All right, let's reach both arms up. Oh, let's come forward. We're gonna do a cat cow, kind of, whatever this position is, the left leg out. Let's do 2 breath cycles. So breathe in and head up. Okay, exhale, head down, ground out your back. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head back down. Ooh. And then come to a neutral spine. And then, okay, now you're on your left knee. Extend out your right leg, planting that right foot. Yeah. Let's bring the torso up as we reach the arms up to the ceiling. Okay, now we're rotating that hip once again. Feel the stretch in your left hip as we reach our left arm over our head to the right side of our body. Okay, you can support yourself with your right arm. Same exact thing, except now we're stretching that left hip and that left side once again. And we're breathing. Oh, all right. Let's bring that right arm back up to the top, and then gently bring both hands down to the ground. Let's do 2 breath cycles while we're here. Cat cow. So breathe in, head up. Okay. Exhale, head down as we arch our back. Then Inhale it, head up. One more time here. Ugh. And then exhale, head back down. Ooh. All right, come to a neutral spine. Get off your hands. And then we're going to do some moving options or more moving options. So stand up. Okay, pick a side of your mat. Come to the front. Okay, let's do 2 warm-up swan dives. So stand up nice and tall. Bring the arms to the top. Look through your hands to the ceiling. And then exhale as you swan dive forward. Come up to flat back, resting your hands on your knees. And then exhale, rounding out the back, reach a little bit lower to the ground, and then eyes up, head up, reverse swan dive. Hands are the top, that's 1. Swan dive down. Up to flat back. Then exhale, rounding your back, get even lower here, and then eyes up, reverse swan dive. Let's begin. Hands at the top. Swan dive down. Okay, ground should feel pretty close. Come up to flat back. And as you exhale here, plant both palms of the mat, step back into plank, and let's chaturanga down, upward dog. Okay, back to plank. Give me a push up here and come into the first downward dog of the day. Okay, fingertips are spread evenly, legs are straight. We're feeling the calves, feeling the shoulders, looking back at the wall behind us. And then we're going to bicycle the legs. So bend the left knee and drive that right heel down to the mat, focusing on just the right calf. And switch legs, focusing on just the left now. Or we're pushing the floor away up top, and we're back to the right. And over to the left. We'll do 3 cycles each time. That should round out number 2. And over to the right one last time here. Remember to breathe. Switch. Ooh, all right. Legs are straight. We're going to do a sun salutation. So walk the feet towards the hands. And then reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Up to flat back. Exhale, hands back on the mat, stepping back to plank, and let's chaturanga down. Upward dog. Back to plank. Push up here if you like. And back into our downward dog. We're going to do a crescent pose to prayer twist variation. So bring your feet together. We're going to start with the left side. So float that left leg up into the air and swing it through and plant it in front. Okay. Then bring the arms and torso up. That right leg is straight. Left knee should be directly over the front ankle. Okay. Once again, feeling that right hip. Right heel's reaching for the mat. Then lower your hands to heart center and transition into prayer twist on the left. Hands are pressed gently into one another. Left elbow facing the ceiling. All right, let's return to crescent pose. Reach the fingertips up. Okay, we're going to add some stretching in this position. So bring your arms back down. Okay, you're floating in that lunge position, supported by your fingertips. And let's go into a runner's stretch. So plant your palms, your fingertips on the right side of the left foot. And see if you can lower your pelvis a little bit down, closer to the ground. Okay, runner's stretch. And then return to that low lunge. So your torso is over your left knee. Plant your palms on the mat. Bring your left leg back to plank. And let's chaturanga down into an upward dog. Okay, sun salutation. So back to plank. Walk the feet towards the hands and reverse swan dive. The hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Up to flat back. Exhaling, rounding at the back, planting both palms, returning back to plank, and then chaturanga down, or upward dog. Back to plank, push up here, and into downward dog. Now we're going to do that sequence on the right. So feet together, float the right leg up into the air, and then swing the right leg through and plant it in front. Bring your arms and torso up. Okay, front knee is tracking over the front ankle. That back heel is reaching for the ground. Left leg is straight. And every time you breathe out, relax and settle into the pose. Bring the hands to heart center and transition into prayer twist on the right. Left elbows gently pressed into the right knee. Hands are stacked. And we're breathing, balancing. All right, let's bring the arms back up, back to crescent pose. And remember, we're going to add a little extra stretch. So bring the torso and hands back down, fingertips barely touching your mat. And let's go into runner's stretch. So plant both palms on the left side of the right foot, lowering the pelvis a little bit more. Runner stretch. That left leg is still straight. And we're breathing here. And then return to that low lunge. So arms on either side of that right foot. And then we're going to plant both palms, bring that right leg back to plank. And let's chaturanga down to an upward dog. Okay, sun salutation. So back to plank and then walk the feet towards the hands and reverse swan dive. So the hands are at the top. Swan dive back down. Ooh. Up to flat back. And then exhaling, rounding at the back, planting both palms, step back into a plank position, and then chaturanga down to an upward dog. Back to plank, push up here if you're still with me, and into downward dog, push the floor away. Legs are straight, arms are straight. All right, let's do a warrior sequence. So feet together, float the left leg up into the air, and swing that left leg through and plant it in front. Come to warrior one, bring your arms up. Okay, drop that right heel down the mat. Ooh. Settle with your breath. Okay, let's go arms front and back. Palms are facing the ground, arms parallel to the ground. And Let's dip back into reverse warrior. Okay, don't put too much weight on that right leg with that right arm, right palm. Reach back to the wall behind you. Okay, back to warrior two. Let's do a straight leg triangle pose this week. So straighten up that left leg. Nice. And then reach forward with the left fingertips. And then drop the left fingertips or left palm down to the ground. You can rest it on your left leg if you want. Right fingertips are reaching for the ceiling. Turn your chin, look up towards the ceiling. Okay, you should feel more of a stretch in your left hamstring rather than your using the strength of your left quad. It's a straight leg version. Okay. Let's pop our arms up, back into warrior two, and then rebend that left knee. Okay, standard warrior two. Dip back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Swing that right arm forward and up for warrior one. And as you bring your arms back down, right heel comes up, plant both palms, left leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down into an upward dog. Back to planks, walk the feet towards the hand for sun salutation, and reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Up to flat back. Exhaling, rounding at the back, planting both palms, step it back into plank. Let's chaturanga down to an upward dog. Okay, back to plank, push up here, and work back and downward dog. Getting ready for the right side. Feet together. Float the right heel up into the air. And swing it on through and plant it in front. Come into warrior one on the right. Okay, square up your shoulders so they're evenly facing the wall in front of you. Arms are reaching up to the ceiling. All right, coming to warrior two. Making sure the arms and palms are even and parallel to the ground. Dip back into reverse warrior, reaching for the back of the room with those right fingertips. Back to warrior two. Okay, straighten that right leg and then reach forward, 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 forward with the right fingertips and then drop the right hand down to the ground. Okay, you can even go on the outside part of your leg with an extra challenge. We're turning our chin and looking up to the ceiling, reaching for the ceiling with the left fingertips. Hey, Google, turn on the living room. Okay, we're gonna pop back up into warrior two and then rebend the right knee. Dip back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Swing that left arm forward and up for warrior one. And then bring the arms and torso back down. Plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank. And let's chaturanga down to our upward dog. Okay, back to plank. Walk the feet towards the hands for a sun salutation. And reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Okay, this should be the last swan dive down. Swan dive down. Up to flat back. Exhaling, rounding out that back, planting both palms. Legs come back to plank, and let's chaturanga down our upward dog. Back to plank, push up here, and come into the last downward dog of the day. Let's really make it count. Fingertips are spread. Push the floor away in front of you. Feeling the calves once again. All right, mentally prepping for chair pose. So walk the feet towards the hand in a one fluid motion, feet together. Drop your bottom down, arms come up. And think of a straight line from your glutes all the way to your fingertips. Don't let the elbows flare out. Really keeping the arms and torso where they are. Slowly straighten up your body. Get off the heels. Really reach for the ceiling. Okay. Really working your calves as much as you can. And then as you breathe out here, lower your heels down to the mat. Bring the hands to heart center. Let's do twisting chair pose on the right. Okay. Left elbow is resting on the right knee. Hands are stacked, right elbow facing the ceiling. See how low you can bring your bottom and bend your knees while maintaining balance. All right, come back to center. Let's reach the arms back up top, returning your balance to the balls of your feet and your toes. And heels off the mat. Okay, really work your calves, see how far you can go up. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out as you lower the heels down. Bring the hands back to center. And we're doing twisting chair pose on the left. Ooh. All right, come back to center. Straighten up your body for a third and final time, reaching for the ceiling. Heels are off the mat. All right, and 3, 2, 1. Heels down, hands to heart center. And since we already did tree, now we're going to let's do royal dancer. We haven't done that one in a bit. So let's get 98% of our weight back on the left foot, left leg. Grab the inside part of the right ankle with your right hand. Okay, kick out your kick out your right foot. Balance yourself out in the front of the left arm. Okay, that left leg is straight and strong. It's holding you up. See how hard you can kick back with that right leg as we balance, breathe. I'm going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing that right leg. All right, let's get all of our weight on our right leg and our right foot. Grabbing the inside part of that left ankle. And let's go come to royal dancer on the right. Let's see if we can repeat those 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ooh. All right. Let's have a seat. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Let's do an upright glute stretch. So keeping your left foot planted on the mat, you're going to bring your right ankle onto your left quad or right knee. Okay. Using your hands behind you, push your torso as close as you can to your right shin. Hopefully you feel that in your right glute. I mean, it didn't take much for me. Okay. See if you can even touch your forehead to your shin. Ooh, I can barely tap it, but anywho, hopefully you feel the stretch here. No, it doesn't take much, or shouldn't take much. And if you can't feel anything, move your hands closer to your bottom and straighten yourself up even more. We're going to hold this for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can release that right leg out. Okay, planting the right foot in front of you. Left ankle is on the right knee. And let's do the same thing on the left side. All right, we're gonna hold this one for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ugh, get that left leg out. Ugh. All right, I think we have about one time for one more before we do our closing sequence. Let's lie on our backs. Let's do a supine twist and hug in our right knee towards our chest. Enjoying this little stretch before we get to the spine part. But let's pull our right knee over to the left side of our body and extend out our right arm, twisting our spine. Okay, right knee and right knuckles trying to make contact with the ground. All right, let's bring that right leg back to center as we hug in the left knee, enjoying this little stretch here. So we're just lying here, holding our left knee towards our chest. All right, let's pull the left knee over to the right side of our body as we extend out our left arm. Okay, let's bring that left leg back to center. Okay, lie down on your back or corpse pose or shavasana. Okay, arms at your side. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable. Do a body check, do a body scan, see how your body feels. Maybe you're recovering from the weekend. I want you to just lie here for the next 60 seconds and I won't say a word. All right, that was a little over 60 seconds, but that's okay. Reach the arms overhead. Give me a morning stretch. And wriggling side to side. Oof. Oof. And then rolling onto one side, resting your head and face on your hands. And then whichever arm is on top, plant that palm on the floor and push yourself back up into a sitting position. All right. Lengthen your spine. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable. Then let's do 3 audible breaths to end today's practice. So breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Right, number 2, let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. All right, last one. Let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. Let's bring our hands to our hearts. You may repeat after me if you wish. May you have clear and kind intentions. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Let's lower our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communications. And then returning our hands to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friends.
Thank you. Very much needed. Glutes and quads and hamstrings. Actually, glutes and hamstrings. Worked a lot yesterday, so yeah.
See your legs.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yes. So thank you. All right.
All righty. Have a good week, Arisa.
Thank you. Have a good
Yeah.
week, Joseph. See you. All right.
Ugh.
Take care. All right. Bye.